Chuck Oliver, welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Insight. Well, our gross domestic product, that's a measure of our sustainability and our economic continuation in our country for the first quarter, just came out this last week, and it was a half of 1%, actually lower than the conservative estimates made by other economists and prognosticators, and proved to be fact that the economy under this administration has gone absolutely nowhere, and it continues to slow more and more and more. And as I write about in my books and as I educate in my educational webinars, it's a direct result of two things. Consumption is slowing. The peak consumption age in our country are 46-year-olds, which our country now has the fewest number of 46-year-olds in its history, and that'll be the case now for another 6 years before it gets back to a peak consumption age number of 46-year-olds. And with the fact that 10,000 people are retiring a day and leaving consumption to conservation, this is going to continue to pose proof through these low earning estimates from major companies like Apple, for example, who reported its weakest quarterly earnings report in 12 years. And a lot of it had to do with a slowing of purchasing of iPhones. And then this last week, CNN did a study that millennials, those out there today ages 18 to 34, have just surpassed baby boomers as the largest age demographic in our country's history. And you would think a lot of those folks, if it wasn't for the student loan debt, the uncertain economy, and the fact that stock markets have lost and parents aren't able to afford to pay their children as much as far as where to go to school, etc., you're starting to see all this interconnectivity of why the economy is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. And while several people, and I thought this was a really interesting study by the University of Michigan, and this was a study done from 1988 to 2012 by the Employee Benefit Research Institute, fewer retirees having a great time. It said over this 15-year period of research, it found that the survey of older Americans, 55 and older, results show a shift from being very satisfied to moderately satisfied to not satisfied at all. Folks, there's a big reason for that. Many of them are your friends and neighbors that I've sat with that are just beside themselves, that they don't want to take risks in the market, like losing half of what they had in 2001 and 2, or losing half again soon after in 2008, 2009, and sitting there in a bank account that literally is paying them less than 1/4%, realizing that at least they're not losing, but bonds aren't even paying 2%. And so they're trying to figure out where is a safe haven to be able to get money, or their money safe, so that it outpaces and outfoxes inflation, but without the concern of a major devastation of the stock market taking it. Folks, our clients have averaged better than 8% for the last 20 years, taking no downside risk with only upside opportunity, but also eliminating taxes predictably in the process. And another study out by Allianz Life, which I found was fascinating, nearly half of all Americans, in fact 47%, report being very concerned, or 36% reporting being terrified that they won't be able to afford the lifestyle they want in retirement due to the rising costs of living, hence inflation, and the risk of guaranteed income that's protected for their retirement. Folks, it gets worse. The psychological impact of inflation on boomers, it says, is significant. 43% of respondents ages 55 and older report being very concerned or terrified that the rising cost of living will affect their retirement plans, that they won't be able to afford the lifestyle they want in retirement due to these rising costs. Let me teach you how our clients have safely outfoxed inflation. It's no hocus pocus. It's just easy, simple, in taking complex and making it easy to understand information. But you've got to put forth the effort to get educated. And clients have kicked themselves. I meet with a certain number of clients each week, and they've said, I wish I would have learned what you were teaching 20, 30 years ago. I wish you would have too. But today's the first day of the rest of your life, and all progress begins with the truth. And I want to give you the truth, why the media is trying to make you believe that the market's better than what it is, that the economy's rosier than what's really being reported out there, and what you can do to really safeguard your retirement and protect yourself from taxes, market losses, and inflation. And I can teach you that by going to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. retirementprotected.com. There's still space available, and I want to gift you my 7 simple steps to a tax-free retirement in 6 minutes. For those of you that take me up on this opportunity, there's no cost or obligation, but for those that register, I want to gift you that. That's a good, almost movie trailer going into the webinar I'll be teaching next Tuesday, provided you register in time and make it while space is still available at retirementprotected.com. If you prefer, register at 855-668-2928 by calling 855-668-2928, but you've got to hurry. That's 855-668-2928. Here's to you getting your hidden wealth solution retirement protection in check.